The Jamaica government announces measures to address deadly attacks against children and the elderly. And in sport, West Indies all-rounder Dwayne Bravo clears the air on his retirement from international cricket. I'm Ricardo Roberts and this is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, October 31. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Damian Jr. Gongmali has another feather in his producer's hat, as he will be the executive producer for the next album of the accomplished Third World Band. The stalwart reggae band recently released Loving You Is Easy, their first single from their upcoming album.
Every wind that blows, every wave that rolls with the coming and going of the tides. Everyone that sees is everyone that knows, because my love can't hide.
We didn't know that we would be doing this again, but look, we are here. And you can never tell where we go from here, but we open for anything, touring, recording, whatever may come, because Bouyon is in our blood. That is what we do, and we have a responsibility to represent Bouyon music in a big way.
Jamaica's National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has announced that government will be implementing measures in response to the spate of deadly attacks on the nation's children and the elderly. Now, speaking in the House of Representatives yesterday afternoon, he disclosed that, among other things, his ministry has expanded the scope of its partnership with Crime Stop to include a special reward scheme to improve investigations into the murders of vulnerable individuals.
We believe this added incentive will encourage more persons to come forward with useful information to assist with investigation, arrest, and successful prosecution of the guilty parties. We again encourage Jamaicans to come forward and stand up for what is right. No one with information that could lead to the arrest of any criminal should remain silent. The police are depending on the cooperation of all Jamaicans to come forward to assist us in this fight.
Children have been killed in Jamaica since the start of the year. Minister Chang said while that is a 29% decline compared to 2017, the recent attacks appear to be more heinous and barbaric. He said the government is strengthening the legal framework such as the Sexual Offences Act, Domestic Violence Act, Child Care and Protection Act and Offences Against the Person Act to provide greater protection to children, women, the elderly and persons with disabilities. In Trinidad and Tobago now, President of the Industrial Court, Deborah Thomas Felix, has granted permission to Attorney General Faris Alwari to be involved in the hearing between the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, the OWTU, and state-owned oil company Petrotrin, but only on a limited basis. Earlier this month, the OWTU filed a complaint in the Industrial Court alleging that Petrotrin failed in good faith to treat and to enter into negotiations with the union for the purpose of collective bargaining before deciding to send home workers and close down the refinery by the end of next month. Now, when the hearing started in the Industrial Court yesterday, State Attorney Senior Counsel Sinath Jairam argued that the AG was entitled to intervene in the matter as neither Petrotrin nor the union could fairly represent the best interest of the public. Thomas Felix said Alwari's involvement would be allowed, but only in terms of remedies or sanctions if the state-owned oil company is found to have committed an offense. On October 19th, the Court of Appeal dismissed an injunction that had been granted to the OWTU that stopped Petrotrin from terminating workers. To date, at least 3/4 of Petrotrin's employees have collected termination letters, while the remaining had letters sent by registered mail. In other developments in the Twin Island Republic, where the island was rattled by its 8th earthquake in as many days last night, the Seismic Research Center at the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies reported that the quake with a magnitude of 4.4 occurred at approximately 7:30 p.m. at a depth of 10 kilometers. It was felt 113 kilometers west of San Fernando, 86 kilometers northeast of Maturin in Venezuela, and 106 kilometers south of east of Carupano in the Spanish-speaking South American country. There were no reports of damage or injuries. Meanwhile, the country has been told to brace for some severe weather over the next few days into the weekend. The Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Service has put the country on yellow alert and has told residents to prepare for more downpours as a result of the Intertropical Convergence Zone, the ITCZ. In a bulletin issued earlier today, the Met Office said there is a 70% chance of heavy showers or thunderstorms which may lead to street or flash flooding and landslides in areas so prone to such. Now, gusty winds and rainfall accumulations of 35 to 50 millimeters are also in the forecast. The Met Office said the yellow level would remain in effect until Friday. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management is urging citizens to take the necessary steps to preserve life and property. Rains associated with an ITCZ earlier this month caused flooding, landslides, and damage to some of the country's infrastructure. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next. Former West Indies all-rounder Dwayne Bravo is rubbishing claims that his non-selection for the current West Indies tour of India was the reason behind his decision to quit international cricket. TV6's Vinod Nawani has that story.
From international cricket last week, Dwayne Bravo is still going to be heavily involved in the game. However, the focus will be on the shortest format across the globe.
Life continues for me. I just officially announced my retirement, but I'm going to continue to play around the world. I'm going to continue to play for Knight Riders. So, to all my fans, who get scared and think that they will never see me play cricket again, just you can rest assured that I will continue to be playing. Just I will not be playing for West Indies, and that's the only thing. But I'll continue to play around the world and in the T20 leagues and try to keep my body fit and healthy so I can play as long as possible.
Bravo says not being on the Windies side for the tour of the subcontinent did not influence him in any way to retire from international cricket. As far as he's concerned, the time was just right.
Not being selected in West Indies team to go to India had nothing to do with my decision because I haven't played for West Indies in one day since 2014 and in T20 since 2016. So not being selected in West Indies team, I'm actually getting accustomed to it now.
Still in cricket, UWI Vice-Chancellor Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, the visionary behind the combined campuses and colleges, says the team's success in the Regional Super 50 has confirmed the program as the heartland of West Indies Cricket Academy. Now, he congratulated the entire team after they brushed aside multiple-time champions Guyana Jaguars by 6 wickets in Sunday's final to lift the trophy for the first time. And of course, we'll hear more of that story in our major newscast at 6:30. That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.